Hello, hello, hello. Another screen. Okay. Oh, this light is giving me funny eyes. I'll take my glasses off. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we are getting feedback. Here we go. All right, I am on YouTube simultaneously as I am on Zoom, and on YouTube, it's a little bit delayed. So if you're on YouTube watching and you send a comment, it might take me a while to see it. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. This is the first day of Align, a 5-day reset. I'm so excited that you're here. Whether you're here live, whether you're on YouTube, or whether you're watching this in recording. Let me actually start recording. We do need that recording. Well, I am really happy, and I want to congratulate you on making this commitment to yourself to participate in this 5-day reset. It takes courage, it takes grit, and it takes determination. And I really want to support that. And this week is going to be, these 5 days are going to be amazing. So you're here because shoulders are tight. Your neck pain doesn't go away. You got a knot under your shoulder. You have achy wrists, your rubbery arms. You're feeling totally overwhelmed, stressed out. You're not sleeping. You're not digesting well. You're bloated. You're constipated. You feel burnt out. Your back is paining you. Any of these resonate? Put in anything in the chat that I haven't mentioned that maybe brought you here, was the reason or the aim that you signed up for this event, and share it with us in the chat. Because that's what you are committed to learning, or for what you are committed to learning for yourself this week. It's good to set your mind on what your goal was, why you signed up, what you want to learn. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping. I sent out quite a few emails regarding the dates and the links to Zoom, and also you just have to go to my YouTube page and follow those dates, and there I will be, hopefully, if tech works out. I am just a one person. I don't have a tech team behind me. So if you have any issues, feel free to reach out, but go back to those emails where you got your plan, you joined the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, do that. That's really important to get that support and accountability and camaraderie during this 5-day event. And in there's also where you can find the Zoom link recordings, or you can just go to my YouTube page as well, and they'll be there. All right, so make sure you have a pen and paper, because we're going to do I want you to be able to take notes and write down any ahas that you have. And you're going to need a little bit of space in your room when we get to the movement part. All right. So all those symptoms that I listed, the wrist, the neck, the tightness, the knot behind the shoulder blade, oh my God, I've had them all. And the mistake you've made is looking, going towards the symptoms and relieving each symptom, relieving the neck. And we don't think of our bodies as an integrated vessel, if you will. We don't even consider it as part of our interpreting practice beyond just the signing part of it. So we don't learn how to prepare or recover like an athlete would take care of their own body. And then when we do feel pain, it's like the mistake we make is we're a little bit surprised by it. Or if we're not surprised, we just kind of go, oh, this is just what it is. And then we deal with the symptoms, and we get that symptomatic temporary relief. So what you're going to get these 5 days is you're going to learn what to do when that tension starts to build up. You're going to get some tips on ways, not even tips, I don't even like the word tips, but how to improve your sleep, how to improve your digestion, how to improve your mindset and your energy. I'm going to save you years of frustration, and I'll tell you about my years of frustration, and we're going to break that cycle of pain. And There's a very well-known, what's called a sutra, or a statement. It's called, sutra means thread, in the texts about yoga. And one is that we practice yoga to avoid the pains of the future. So we're going to reduce medical bills that we might have in the future by getting to the root of the problem now. Instead of systematic, like whack-a-mole, we're going to get to the root of it. All right, let me introduce who I am. My name's Jen Kagan. And if you don't know me, let me tell you a little bit about me. I am an interpreter. I've been interpreting for 30 years, San Francisco, New York City, and then I moved to Mexico, where I've worked VRI for many years. So I've done it all. And early on, many years ago, it was the beginning of my career, and really the beginning of the profession, or the beginning years of the profession, I felt a lot of tension in my wrists. I remember I got was getting numbness in my hand. I had this incessant neck pain. And at that point, it was like, hush, hush, nobody talked about it. If you did, it was like, oh, you can't hack it, or no, don't talk about anything negative, because if you have any kind of negative experience, that's negatively reflecting on the deaf consumer or the deaf community, which is ridiculous. Because there wasn't there's been changes. There's an understanding now that this work is hard on the body and it's hard on the mind. We love what we do, but there is a consequence of the work. And I think there's some much more awareness, but I do think there's lacking so much more in the field about how self-care isn't just this, like, I hate that word self-care, but I'm going to use it intentionally as self-care practice. And I hope that will become clear as I move along why I've chosen that. It's like the condom. Actually, I was going to use the metaphor of condiments on your meal, but condiments really make the meal. So, especially in where I live in Mexico, the salsas, or in India. Anyways, I diverge. So it's seen as like, oh yeah, you got to take care of your body. Yeah, stretch once in a while, but there isn't an integrated teaching there in the field. And so what I did was I just started looking for something, and I tried everything. I tried everything. You name it, I've tried it. And I eventually started a yoga practice. My mother practiced yoga, and I just started for the physical relief of it. But even there, I got frustrated. Even there, I got injured until I finally landed on a method of yoga that I've stuck with over the years. It's time-tested, time-honored, deeply connected to its roots and lineage, and it's very progressive and sequential. It's called Iyengar Yoga. It's the last name of the teacher. Iyengar is a very famous, very common name in India, but it is the last name, and it's Hatha Yoga, it's yoga postures, it's yoga asana, it's everything that everything else is, but the methodology is very sequential and very Iyengar Yoga is a very strong tradition of therapeutic or medical application of yoga. So you're as a student, the teachers are extremely knowledgeable how to help you. And so there I found the help I needed, because in the other classes they didn't understand my shoulders and my wrists. And I eventually became a teacher, which was extremely rigorous, thousands and thousands of hours, and I continue to study in this method, and I'm ever so grateful for it. I'm a certified Iyengar Yoga teacher at level 3, and which is nothing to sneeze at in terms of the amount of tests and assessments I've taken. I have to give myself a little credit there. It was a long road and worthwhile road. I study in India as much as I can. COVID made a little bit of a break, but I just got back from India recently. And then I'm also a yoga therapist with the International Yoga Therapist Association, and I'm an Ayurvedic health coach. Ayurveda is the sister science of yoga, and I'd always been interested in it, and then COVID came around and I became more interested in it, and thank God, because it really is like the two bookends to really help interpreters. Ayurveda is more a preventative medicine. It's a way to align your habits and your life with your own natural constitution and the rhythms around you. In modern day, we're kind of swimming against the stream, and it's causing a lot of modern dis-eases and a lot of stress. And that's what we need to, that's where I talk about getting to the root of the problem. Another mistake is thinking, oh, I just need one stretch. I just need a stretch. Well, that's not, will be helpful to a certain extent, but if all these other pieces are causing stress or inflammation, and it can be your mindset, or it can be your daily habits, or your work schedule, or how you feel about yourself, so many things, this is only going to go so far. So you're here, maybe you're new to the field, and I want to give you such kudos for being proactive. And some of you are here after many years in the field and you're kind of at a crisis point, like you cannot push it down anymore. So younger, newer interpreters, take that to heart. Look around, and those who didn't put themselves first because they didn't know how, or because it was poo-pooed in the profession, or because they just didn't know how, or they had a lot of feelings of guilt come up if they did, or whatever that is, take heed of that. It's good that we're all in the same room here. Whoops, getting the help that we need. Just dropped my glasses, sorry. A lot of us think with this achy and pains that we feel, it's just because, I'm just aging, but actually that's just another misnomer. We think of overdoing is where we're going to get injured, but that's not the only way. Underdoing, not moving, can create that injury or that sense of like extreme stiffness and tightness. Yes, it does. It's natural. We get stiffer and tighter as we get older. That's the natural process. But if we kind of lean into that and just kind of use that as an excuse, that's just how it is. It's just how it is when you get older. That's untrue. And I remember I was traveling in Oaxaca, and there's these taxis, and they're just pickup trucks, and people jump into the back of the pickup truck. And there was a woman, she must have been 70 or not, and she just like flung herself into the truck, like leaped into the truck. And this is a woman who was very active, physical labor, in her daily life. And the difference between her just almost flying into the truck versus me, like, my legs open over the truck, was proof that movement is the key. Our bodies are meant to move. And I'm not blaming those of you who are here, who are kind of in that triage moment. Nobody was teaching this. Nobody was leading the way. That's where I come in. That's where I'm filling this void and bringing my expertise from yoga and Ayurveda, and as an interpreter, to the interpreting community. I understand, I totally get what it is to be an interpreter. And I also understand what it is to be an interpreter who's practicing yoga, and how that needs to be a little bit different. Luckily, I was in a type of yoga that I didn't have to stick to one way of doing it. There's so many ways of doing it. And that my teachers were open to helping me with my neck issues or my wrist issues. So that I never got, just do what you can. Never got that. I always was pushed forward and ahead. So that's what I do in my Thrive program. I work with interpreters in many different ways, one-on-one, in groups, and many ways, which I'm going to go into more detail at one of our later days. Let me talk about what the days are going to look like. So each day is going to build on the other. Today's a little bit more informational, but we are going to get some movement in. Each day is going to build on the last day, and you'll have time in between to practice what I teach you. Now, share on social media and tag me, not our private Facebook group, but in your Instagram and in your Facebook, and tag me at Jen Kagan Yoga if it's on Instagram, because on the last day, we're going to do a planning day. So everything you learn and you practice on the previous 4 days, and there's time between, except the last 2 days, because of the holiday, there's 1 day in between. So it's possible I'll add another day. We'll see how this goes, because I want you to have ample time to practice and ample time to plan. So you're going to walk away with a plan, routine, strategy, whatever you want to call it, that's designed and tailored for you, with things that you enjoy doing, that you're excited of integrating into your life. And on that last day, I want to offer, we'll see how many, 1, 2, hot seat coaching, where you can get on and I can answer questions and specifically and give you some individual laser coaching and teaching. So the person who posts and tags me the most wins. Watch the previous day before you come. So they are going to be progressive. You won't be completely lost, but I have planned it out specifically, progressively. And also go to the Facebook group, share, comment, question. From there, I'm going to gather up from your questions and from your queries and from your experiences. That is going to help me plan the 4 days, which is to say, I do have some things I want to share, but you're going to also be talking back to me. And I will then, you need this or you need this. And then I can adjust my plan to fit what you need. I am going to be teaching each day a few asanas. We'll see how time goes so that by the end, you'll have a set routine that you can do on your own. That being said, this is a general class. You've signed up for this, understanding that you're taking care of your own body, your own limits, and listening to the cues I give and the adaptations I give. If, for instance, your shoulders are in such a state that some of what I'm doing feels not so great, you do less or you do something that I recommend. You don't have to do it all, is what I'm saying. But that's your responsibility, to know what you need to do. Be a little courageous and be a little cautious. So it's really, let me give you some, to make this 5 days successful, I want to give you some, how many points do I have? 3 points to make this really successful, maybe more than 3. Know why you're here and what you want to get out of these 5 days. What do you want to give to get, right? So it's not just a getting, but what are you, why are you here? Set aside that time, put it in your schedule. And what might come up during these next, it's going to be now until the 29th. What might come up during these times that'll throw you off course? So it's probably something that happens often in your life. And so right now, plan and strategize now for how you're not just going to give up. You're not just going to crumble or stumble over your own values to get what you need for this event. You're going to honor yourself and you're going to honor your word. Also, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. I'm going to be teaching a lot. You might frustrated, something might be hard, you might become aware of something that's not so comfortable. There's going to be also some great aha moments, but don't let yourself, your brain, when you're making changes, is going to offer you up all sorts of reasons to bail. That's just what the brain goes. Change, run. We don't like change. So don't let your brain sabotage you. If your brain, like many brains do that, have a habit of sabotaging, use all the elements of this event, the Facebook group, the live, come live, get the support you need. Find, maybe you have a buddy that you're doing this with, or a family member should know that you're making this effort so that they can support you in this next period, especially since the holidays coming up. Okay. All right. So you want relief and you want more time in your life, right? So I hear that a lot when people join I have a Facebook group. It's called Thrive. Specifically, I chose that word thrive. It's also my one-on-one program, but because a lot of us are just surviving. And this is that symptomatic relief, like whack-a-mole with all the pain. I want you to thrive. And this is the beginning, this 5-day reset for you thriving in 2026. And I'm super excited for you. And I know a lot of you come in, I want relief and I want time. And it's always like outside, like the relief will come, someone else will give me relief, and this external thing is going to give me more time. And that's just not how it works. You think that problem is that time is someone else is taking your time away from you, or that you don't have time. You think the problem is just the symptomatic relief, that if you could just go to massages more, you think that you don't have that money is the problem, that if you had more money to throw at it, that you could solve it. And you might even think that it's just the repetitive movement of interpreting that's the problem, or it's the schedule that you have to do, or that you have no choice over your schedule, all these external things. Okay, the solution is something that, yes, it reduces the symptoms. You think the solution, probably, sorry, you think the solution might be like just something that makes me feel better immediately, which why not, right? Or something even more stressful, which is like, oh my God, maybe I can't continue to do this. What am I going to do if I don't do this? And how am I going to make a living? And I spent so much time doing this and la la la. Super stressful. And then what do you do with your brain? Your brain just goes, wah, and you shut down, you repress, and you just keep pushing through. But you think the only way that I could not have the stress or the pain from or tension from this work is to become a person, a person that you can't be that person if you want to keep interpreting, whatever that is for you, whatever you envision. So then these create these really, the results of that thinking is just pain coming back, making no changes. Like I said, the brain just kind of goes, ah, and you just freeze, and you just think change is impossible or everything's outside of you. And I know that happened to me. The physical symptoms kept coming back. Also my sort of, let's say, not doom scrolling, but doom thoughts, like doom spiraling thoughts. Until I found the yoga that I practiced. And I think I talked a little bit about Iyengar yoga. And it really, because of how it was taught, I started to unwind the knots of tension first in my body. And then I started to feel all the emotional and mental resilience and capability that came from it. But when we don't have a whole person solution, when we're just solving the symptoms and we're not also looking at our daily habits, this ping pong loop of pain, always being stressed out, and maybe even delving into more buffering activities to just feel a little bit better. And those can be, binging Netflix, guilty, things that are not helpful, whether that's scrolling, drinking, shopping, etc. So the actual problem, and I mentioned this, is that you are a whole person. You're not just your hands. And this job affects your heart, your sort of like emotional heart, yes, your physical heart, your bones, your muscles, your tendons, your organs, your mind, your emotions, your digestion. And so it's like a loop, right? If you have poor digestion, it can create sort of a fogginess. You can't really process, no clear thinking. That's going to affect your interpreting and back and forth. That was just one example. If your daily habits, like your buffering habits, or you don't not taking time to connect with nature, connect to the things that you love to do, or maybe you're doing the things you love to do, like in the beginning, my niece was born and I knitted her a sweater. I never knit before. And it was so meditative and I loved it. But it was so much on my hands. And then I think I was doing another body work. I can't remember. I think it was Thai massage. I was learning Thai massage. And I was like, something's got to give. My hands just couldn't take it. The choices that you're making, your mindset, a lot of us have really negative mindset, really self-critical, perfectionist kind of mind thinking. And then we apply that to everything. And so that just exacerbates that loop. And if you're not getting enough sleep, that is just like one of the pillars of health. And I know a lot of us suffer from it. And if you live in a big city like New York, you're almost like lauded if you don't sleep, but it is a problem and it's accumulative over time. So the actual solution here is an integrated self-care practice that's tailored to your current life. So it works with your life and your schedule, and then it grows with you as you grow and change, opposed to just giving, have you done this? Have you like signed up for some new program or done some new thing and you have to change everything, how you eat, how you sleep, how you walk, everything. And it's okay for a while, but then you can't sustain it. And the skills that you need to develop for the solution is an awareness, sensitivity. If you're going to practice yoga or any movement that's tailored for you, lifestyle habit changes, which doesn't mean getting rid of everything, but it means becoming really judicious and mindful about what you're doing and is it helping now? Might have helped 10 years ago. Maybe it's not helping anymore now. A compassion for yourself, an ability to honor your word to yourself. Number one, prioritize, which means if you schedule a time to, meditate or connect with the earth or go for a walk or whatever it is, that is honored. That's why I say write it in pen so you can't erase it out of your calendar. Radical self-awareness, the willingness to look at yourself and maybe rebuild your foundation a little bit. Face those thoughts that are keeping you from growing or any habits that are keeping you from growing. Changing, as I mentioned, the habits that are helping you. Binging TV, for instance, having some grace and some patience and just getting back on track. Radical honesty with yourself and taking radical responsibility for your own health and wellness. So what you get from that is you feel empowered, so you have control. I'm going to be teaching you lots of tools this week. So you'll have tools, you'll feel empowered, you'll be out of pain. When you feel yourself in pain, you'll know what to do. When you feel out of balance, you'll know what is out of balance. So that awareness is like golden, it's key. So connected to self, more compassionate with yourself, clear-minded, and like having some just grace, we're so hard on ourselves. All right, so this is a workshop and it's really, really valuable and you're going to get a lot out of it because we're really going into it. And you may not have worked with me before, so it might feel like I mentioned sometimes that it's frustrating or I don't have time or I didn't practice or I wish I'd done more. And this is what I dive into with my clients when I work with them one-on-one. So hold on to this and make sure you don't let your brain just take over and sabotage your experience here. Just don't be overwhelmed and use the Facebook group. And so you can become more mindful and aware and get the most out of this. Learn what you're meant to learn. I always believe that when we engage in something, sign up for something, decide to do something, it's not this wisdom, it's like this wisdom that is taking us there. So, and then this gets in the way. So just trust that there's a deeper wisdom that brought you here and there's something for you to learn. And just be open to that and responsible to that and keep checking in with your own heart and your own reason to be here. All right, so this is what we're going to start with we're going to start each section with a grounding. There's a lot of talking, a lot of thinking. I didn't really give you much time, so I'm going to give you a couple minutes here to write down some things that I've mentioned that have pinged in your head, the reason you're here, what you want to learn are the really important things to mark down, to write down, and things that might get in your way, and strategize a plan so that you're not just bamboozled and then you're like, oh yeah, I can't do it. Oh, I guess I have a job. Oh, I guess I have to do this. Someone needs me, That's not going to happen this next few weeks because you're here for yourself. All right. Just going to give that one more minute. Okay. All right. So whether you're sitting in a chair or you are sitting on the floor, whatever is on the floor, go ahead and So it's for your, I'm going to talk about the feet on the floor because I'm in a chair, but you translate that to whatever's on the floor. I want you to feel your feet on the floor. Hey, if you can be in bare feet, even better, to feel the soles of your feet connected to the floor that you are on. I mean, it would be great if I'm on wood, something natural, but whatever you are, just feel your feet descending down, your thighs down, your hips down. And as your hips go down, you might feel your trunk release downward. Oh, I had the mic way up there. Sorry. And then lift up the sides of your torso, roll your shoulders back, sit up tall. So sit on the edge of your seat. If you have a really hard time sitting like this, sitting up, put a bolster, blanket, or pillow behind your back so you sit up straight. No schlumping. Close your eyes. Your hands can be down like this on your thighs. You can't see them, my thighs, but you're going to use them to ground your thighs down. So let the weight of your hands, let the thighs feel the weight of your hands. And we're going to take a few longer exhalations here with the you can use your imagination, you can use your sensation to feel the legs get heavier, the hips get heavier as your crown of your head rises up. Let your breath be normal. Don't force it. Just notice what your breath is doing. First step, awareness. It may be a little ragged. It may be long on the inhale, short on the exhale, or vice versa. It might be super shallow. Now extend your inhalation. I'm not even going to give a count to it yet. Just let your inhalation be a little bit longer, fuller, and your exhale twice as long. Long, smooth, steady exhalation. And again, inhale. And a long, smooth, long exhalation. So it's going to be twice as long as your inhalation. Again, you could put numbers to this, but I feel like when you're first starting with pranayama or breath work, inhale again. Long, smooth, steady exhalation. The numbers in the very beginning become a little too much structure, and then you start forcing yourself in it. If you are used to doing it, go ahead. You can do that if you know this, but just an inhalation, little fuller inhalation, and a slightly longer exhalation. Slow, steady. Watch that your exhalation isn't just blasting out, that it's smooth and steady. Keep doing this. If this feels easy, comfortable, you've done this stuff before, make your inhalation a little longer and your exhalation a little longer. Smooth, steady, long inhalation. Smooth, little bit longer exhalation. Even though the inhalation, I just said make it a little fuller, still the exhalation is twice as long. I'm going to do two more like this. At the end of your exhalation, slowly let your eyes flutter open. So your eyes are still soft and passive and the eyelids just slightly open. And keep your eyes soft and don't look at the computer, let your eyes be, so much our eyes are jumping out of our sockets, let them be more receptive, more passive. And notice how you feel, your breath, your mind. I was talking a lot, so it's calmed me down. And you had a lot of probably brain activity. So notice how just a few minutes of connecting to your own breath, how that makes you feel. If you want to write that down, if you want to just give it some language, like how you feel, an adjective, this will help you to remember to do this between now and our next session, because you're acknowledging the benefit of it. You're acknowledging your experience of it. All righty. We're going to stand up now. And if you're watching this in replay and you do have a comment, put it in, like how you feel, your language, participate, or put it in you can use the Facebook group as well. Okay, so now we're going to get up and move. This is the beginning of your yoga routine that you're going to get at the end. Oh, the other thing is I'm going to show you tomorrow. I don't have them I have them downstairs, but I have an incredible laminated, trifold, beautifully designed daily routine. It's called the Thrive Daily Routine. And I'm going to gift that to, so you'll not only get the hot seat coaching, but you'll also I'll mail this to you, and I'll show you tomorrow or the next time we meet. And it's gorgeous. So you'll have that and you can carry it with you wherever you go. You can set it up. It reminds you stretches and yoga asanas and some daily habits to do. And a friend of mine designed it, a friend of mine from India. It's just amazing. So sorry, I didn't bring that up today, but I'll have it for you tomorrow. So we're going to do, no, actually before we get up, we need to talk about sleep. Okay. Sleep in the Ayurvedic system is one of the 3 pillars it's actually the first pillar. It is so important. So, and many reasons that people aren't getting sleep. There are many reasons that you're not getting sleep. So over 5 days, I'll be talking about different ways of improving your sleep. Today, I want to talk about, there are energies of the day in Ayurveda. So everything is made up of elements: fire, water, earth, space. What am I missing? Fire, water, I'm totally missing fire, water, and earth. No, I said earth. Earth, space, fire, water. Oh my God, my brain is off. As we go, I'll remember it. But those 5 elements, I can't believe it. Hello, brain. Those 5 elements make up everything. And they are in the days. Like in Ayurveda, they're called doshas, and there's 3 of them. You don't have to memorize any of this, but Pitta, Vata, and Kapha. So Pitta is made of fire and water. Vata is air and space. Here we go, air. See? And Kapha is water and earth. So they have different qualities. And the day has different doshas. So Pitta is in the middle of the day. It's the day for activity. It's the best time of day to have a heavy meal because your digestion is active. Kapha starts around 10 o'clock at night and 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's a heavier day. It's a heavier time, water and earth. And Vata is air and space, so it's a good time to get a lot of brain activity going and brain thinking going. So it's recommended that you go to sleep, and I mean sleep, not to bed, but to sleep by 10:30 p.m. So this is before the Pitta, Have you ever you start to go to sleep, you feel sleepy, and then you get that second wind? It's because you've entered a new energy state or new period of energy, which is more energetic. And so so you want to sleep during those times. And if your sleep is really off, mine was really off for a while. And I'll go into this more later if you're interested. If any of you are struggling with this, like I was, the minute I get sleepy, I'd go to bed. And it was early for about a couple weeks until I could get it regulated. I was in bed by 8:30, but it trained my body and my brain to be like, I'm tired now, I need to go to sleep. So 10:30 p.m., I know some of you are going to be, so if you're at 1, I want you over the next, the I guess how many days are it? 10 days that we're together to slowly back up the hours. Go half hour, half hour, half hour, half hour. Take it a half hour earlier. See how you feel in the morning. Half hour early, see how you feel in the morning. And then in the morning, to get up, it is recommended to get up before the sun comes up, or to get up right as the sun is coming up. Those morning rays are really important. If you can get out and take a walk in the morning or get out into that morning sun. I know it's winter for a lot of us. So it's relative to where you live, but those morning rays, science is catching up to Ayurveda. Maybe you've heard on many health podcasts, they talk about getting those morning rays and how it helps with the melatonin levels later on to go sleep at night. This is all what Ayurveda has been recommending for thousands and thousands of years, and modern science is catching up. Okay, so if you've noticed, if you wake up like at 9 or 10 in the morning, you wake up kind of groggy, it might be one reason, because you're waking up in the kapha period or kapha time in that morning. It's not the only reason you might be groggy. And when I work with clients one-on-one, we go into all aspects of their life to figure out, like, what are the pieces? What can we, where are the adjustments that we can make? So if that grogginess is a complaint, that we can start to address that. But simply get your body in rhythm to your natural circadian rhythms and aim for 10:30 asleep and before sunrise. Now that's going to vary, right? So some of you, if it's wintertime and sun is coming up at like noon, okay, then you back it up. So 10 and let's say 7, 7:30, 6:30 for some of us. If you want to just give it a try and go for it and see how you feel, go for it. If you're feeling there's a lot of resistance to this. So just back up your sleeping time. Start to create a bedtime ritual, and we'll talk about this more in depth. I'm going to mention a few things. That an hour before you go to sleep, turn off your devices. Don't go to sleep watching a Netflix show. Guilty, I know. Do it as an experiment. You think that it's putting you to sleep and you're getting a good night's sleep. You are not. So if sleep is an issue, this is even more important. You have to treat this like a medical, as important and urgent as you would like taking your medicine for a medical issue. Okay, so an hour before, start to wind down, listen to some soft music, take a nice warm bath, journal, gratitude, any sort of ritual, meditate, that'll help you wind down to go to sleep. Make sure where you're sleeping is not too hot. Colder is better than hot. And it's comfortable. Your sheets are comfortable. They're soft. You want to get in them. Everything smells really good. Okie dokie. Now we're going to get up and we're going to move. Now this is a general class, like I said. When I work one-on-one with students, I can and they need like a therapeutic approach, especially if you're not really connected to your own body. That's where I can give a personalized, tailored program. So you are on your own in the sense that I'm going to give you lots of options. You choose the one that works for you right now and stick with it. And just know that I'm going to scaffold them up, not too much, but there's going to be like from beginner to moving onward. So if you're really beginning, especially if your shoulders are really tight, we're going to do some shoulder stuff today, or pained, you might not be able to do all of them today. Okay, but you can do a little bit every day. Okie dokie. All right, so we're going to come up. See time. Oh, it's a little bit longer today because of the introduction. All right, so we're going to take some shoulder circles, and those of you who have a yoga belt, you're welcome to use this. You can use a dog leash as well. And open it up. If you don't have a belt, that's okay. Just take your arms over and back. Kind of simple, but I want you to straighten your elbows. You take as much belt as you need. You can widen your hands. And you're going to be lifting. So some of you might be moving your back forward to bring your arms over. So you press the heels down, move your thighs back, move the center of your buttocks forward as you take your arms up and back. Big circles. Notice I'm lifting up to go over and lifting up to come back to the front. Naturally, you're going to start Breathing, inhaling more just by moving this area. And release that. Take the belt off to the side and just notice notice your breath. So this is the most important part, is how do I feel? What feels different? Can you give that some language? If that was a lot on your shoulders, or the things that I do today and the next few days, you can swing your arms from side to side. Why don't we all do this? Anytime you're feeling like, oh, my neck, maybe your neck got tighter because your neck is used to doing everything, we have to release the neck. You might feel discomfort sometimes while you're doing or after. Don't let that be an obstacle. Yes, let it be, okay, maybe I need to adjust something. But if by taking your arms overhead, you noticed, oh, I was using my neck to do this, that's something to learn. That's something to unlearn. And let that pain, let that discomfort teach you, oh, I'm unnecessarily gripping my neck. What else are you unnecessarily doing that you're not aware of? All right, you're going to interlace your fingers and stretch your elbows and turn your palms out. Some of you, you're not going to be able to stretch your elbows at all and do this. You can hold your thumbs, or alternatively, if you have a belt, you're just going to hold the belt like so. You'll get the shoulder work. And you can do your hands. You can do your hands with bent. Just straighten your palms. Change across so the other index finger comes on top. You can get a good stretch to your fingers in your palm. Even if you don't straighten your elbows, try to. Again, change. I'm turning to the side so you can see that I'm not moving my legs. I'm keeping my legs back, waist back, center of the buttocks forward. Don't overarch your lower back, or become aware that that's what you're doing. All right, change one more time. Those whose elbows don't straighten, get your belt. Otherwise, take your arms up and behind your ears. Oh, this is a big shoulder opener. Palms up, heel of your hand up. Notice my wrists are at 90 degrees. They're not overstretching. Extend those elbows up to lengthen the sides of your trunk and become tall. I'm going to bring my legs together. And then exhale, take your arms down. Change the interlock of your fingers, so the other index fingers on top. Turn your palms out. Stretch those elbows, but look at your wrists. Keep them 90 degrees. Stretch your thumbs. Inhale, take your arms up. Now, some of you might be here. So you're going to lift up more and attempt to bring your arms behind your ears without moving your back forward. But do challenge your arms to go back. Do challenge your shoulders to open up. If this is too much, you are holding on to a strap. So you can get the same benefit and you're lifting up. So the arms lift the sides of your trunk up. And then release that down. And again, observe how you feel. Give that experience some language. Just want to see. Okay, good. All right, one more arm work is you're going to take your right arm to the side and turn your palm up. And I'm turning my palm up and actually turning the thumb back, like I had pennies on my hand that are sliding off. And turn back. Keep going until you feel a contraction here. You feel a contraction. And look at your own arm and see that your upper arm is turning. Some of you have very flexible elbow joints and your forearm is turning. Your elbow's turning, but not your upper arm. Get the upper arm to turn. Bicep over tricep. Keep your palm up this time and extend your up alongside your ear. Lift up to lengthen this whole side like you're a piece of taffy. Right heel down, right fingertips up. Turn your palm out, and now as you're pushing your hand through something thick like a honey, take your arm down by your side. Observe. You can even see on me like there's just more space here. There's more breath coming here. This arm feels longer. Okay, let's even ourselves out. This arm out and rotate. One side is going to feel different than the other. This is my dominant arm. And I was on the computer a lot today, so it feels very uncomfortable. Turn your thumb back. Turn your palm forward, keep going. So it's like you're wringing out the tension in your arm, but you're also contracting the muscles. And make sure your upper arm is turning. Yeah, that's interesting. If your upper arm isn't turning, it speaks to the function of the shoulder girdle and the joint and the shoulder blade. And that's interesting information to have. You turn your palm up, lift that arm up, lift up like a piece of taffy, the left heel down, right fingertips up, and watch your thighs back, center of your buttocks forward. So you're not pushing your thighs forward, nor are you pushing your buttocks back. And then turn your palm out to the side and take it on. Down. Now arms out to the side, both of them. Turn your palms up and lift your arms up. This is actually called Urdhva Hastasana. Put my mic, you can hear me. Upward hands. Urdhva's upward. Hands are hastas. Turn your palms out, and then as you press your hands down, lift your sternum up, become tall. And this pose is called Tadasana. Tadasana is tree pose. Tada is tree. Turn your palms out. Now this time, you're going to take your hands a little bit behind you without pushing your back forward. So roll, turn your bicep over your tricep, and then move your arms back. And now lift your arms up behind your ears. And then go up, take your arms back and up. Back, upper arms back and up. And then exhale, take your arms down in front. We'll do this one more time. And you're going to lift up a little bit more from your thumb. So watch here. It's really helpful to watch. I know it's hard on Zoom because YouTube want to do it at the same time, but it is helpful to watch and see. Hopefully I'll do a good job and it'll be transformative. But here, if I take my arms up, for some of you, this upper back is going in. So I'm going to take my thumbs and lift them up. So I lift my back ribs off my hips. Did you see that? Pretty cool, right? Now I feel space in my lower back. Take your arms down. Now, arms out to the side, turn your palms up, move the upper arms back, and then inhale, lift up, and now lift your thumbs up faster than your other fingers. Lift up, lift up, lift up, turn your palms out, and exhale, take your arms down by your sides. Stay there, eyes soft, just look in one place, and give some language to how you're feeling, how this makes you feel. Like me, I feel taller. I just feel more present. I feel I'm breathing better. And I just feel alive. And then separate your swing back and forth and release any tension you have in the arms and the shoulders. See what I did? I adjusted my feet. I could see that I wasn't standing well on my feet. You can take them wider. That's no problem. Okay. All right. How do you feel? So you're going to practice this week. What do we do? You're going to practice Urdhva. This one, when you bound your fingers and take your arms out, it's actually called Badanguliasana because it's angulis are your fingers and Bada is to bind. So Badanguliasana. And then with the arms out to the side, it's Urdhva, upward, Hastasana. Oh, the shoulder circles. This doesn't really have a name. So your shoulder circles you're going to practice and swinging your arms back and forth. This is just to relieve any tension that you might get. So make a note of that. I will send you the names. I'll put them in the Facebook group. And this is now really, really important. You can stay where you are. You can come sit back down again. You might want to stand up because you have so much beautiful height to you. So this is really important. Practice. Between now and our next session, write in the journal or on the Facebook page how you feel, what you're experiencing, what the difference is, questions that you have. Again, I'll put the names of the poses in the chat, but take some time to whatever you remember. This is what I want to say. Whatever your body remembers is what your body needs to remember. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to remember everything, but repeat, 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 repeat. Okay? Make sure you practice between now and our next session. Next session is going to be, I'm going to add to this routine, as well as we're going to talk more about sleep, and we're going to talk more about some more guided grounding, some meditations, some visualizations. Talk a little bit more about Ayurveda and how it can help you live a life that's way less stressful, where you can reduce the stress when you live more in alignment with your own nature and nature around you. Practice, 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 and post on your Instagram if you can share a post I posted, or your experience, or a screenshot, and tag to get into the to be chosen for the hot seat coaching, and also your free Daily Thrive guide that I will send to you. So just do it. Follow through. You're here. And from now until the end. And on the last day, just to say again, this is where we're going to create a strategy for you. And I'm going to share with you even more in detail about upcoming program that I have for 2026. But this strategy you're going to have at the end of this program is going to set you up so great to feel so much better in 2026. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for your patience for today. The sessions, I'll aim to be about 30, 45 minutes. The last day will go a little bit longer. And I'll see you in the Facebook group.